Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Celebrity Stage Stories. I am Jerry Strauss, and this is your opportunity, my opportunity, all of our opportunity, really, to get to know, to get up close and personal with your favorite entertainers from comedy, TV, movies, music, whatever the case may be. Get to know what makes them tick as performers, and just talk all about what it is that they do and do so well, and why we love them. We've got one of our favorites on this week with us. And this is going to be a whole lot of fun because he's one of the funniest comedians, one of the funniest people on the planet, quite frankly. And of course, he's the host of the Go Big Show Thursday nights on TBS. Bert Kreischer, how are you, man?
I am doing great.
Good. There's so much to cover. We're talking about your career. Of course, we're in the midst of this season number 2 of the Go Big Show as well. I want to go back to your early days just a little bit, and pardon me if this feels a little psychoanalytical, but people know, a lot of people know your history, some people don't know your history, so some people may be surprised to know that you come from a background of going to private school. Do you believe, looking at it again from just sort of that cliched psychoanalytical perspective, do you think that kind of background kind of pushed you into more of a life of letting loose and, what we would come to know you, your lifestyle in college and beyond, and then going into comedy? Was all that set up from your upbringing, do you think?
Well, I'll tell you, and I'll go deep on this because I think that's an interesting question. I think that I went to a very, I would say, a very high-end private school up until 8th grade. It was called Berkeley Prep in Tampa, and it was pretty aggressive. It was high grades. Everyone went to Ivy League schools, and I switched in 9th grade, and I went to an all-boys Catholic high school that was predominantly Cuban in high school, and that, without a doubt, formed my personality. I don't think I knew who I was. At Berkeley, I was the star athlete because I was very athletic. I played varsity sports in like 8th grade. I was cool. I hung out with older kids. I was testing boundaries. I drank. I first tried alcohol in 8th grade, 7th grade maybe. Like, I really thought I was the coolest dude in the world. And when I went to an all-boys Catholic high school, the very first day, I saw a dude who was 5'6" punch a guy who's 6'10" on a stool. He got to pull a stool up and punched him. And I went, this is a different place. I learned how to tell stories. I learned my value as a dude. I learned why people liked me. I learned so much about myself. And then moving on to college, I took the stuff I didn't like about myself, I put it to the side, and I accentuated the stuff I enjoyed about myself. And what I enjoyed about myself was making people laugh and having a good time. And I found that I was really good at it in college. And all these things I had learned in high school about how to be quick and how to be funny and how to tell a story at the lunch table, I kind of blossomed into that in college. And once again, I'll tell you, I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I got discovered by Rolling Stone magazine. They wrote a 6.5-page article about me, and I got christened into stand-up comedy that way. So, I think I've been very, very, very fortunate.
That's awesome. No, talking about your stand-up career, I think that in my experience, you talk to stand-up comedians and a lot of them can go one of two ways. Some of them are very passionate and dedicated towards that particular life and that particular craft. And then there's others who, from a very early point in their career, they're really looking at expanding. They're looking at all the different things that they can do to make people laugh and to try to grow their careers into different directions. We see you now as the host of this Go Big Show. Is this the type of role that you were envisioning from the beginning, or were you just happy to be on the stage when you started?
It's so funny. I had told at a certain point, I'd been working for Travel Channel for a long time, and I told my agents, I was like, I would love to host. My example was Guys Minute to Win It. I thought that was the coolest show. And I was like, I would love to host a show like that. Bang out a bunch, put it up. Everyone enjoys it. You can watch it with your family. It's like good family content. And then I kind of walked away from television altogether. I walked away from television and film and just focused on podcasting, because podcasting was where I found fans. It's where people discovered me. It was where I excelled. I was good on podcasts. And I had kind of said, I don't want to do television because the money is not, I was like, the money's not worth it in my opinion at the time.
Yeah.
And then they sent me the reel to Go Big Show, just the reel of what the stunts. And my daughters saw it and they're like, what is that? We got to watch that. And I was like, you want to watch that? And they're like, what is it? I said, it's a show they're asking me to do. And they're like, Dad, do it. And let me tell you something. We watch it every Thursday night. We've been watching it. We watched it all through the pandemic. Ordered Buffalo Wild Wings, watched it, and we make an evening of it. We eat dinner together. We get a pizza, and it's a blast. It really is a blast.
It's awesome. And, you know, you look at the description and you might browse through it and think, okay, it's another show with celebrity judges and like different people with talents. It feels kind of familiar, but you watch it and you realize it's unlike anything on TV, at least from the way it looks, the way it feels. What are some of the things from the production standpoint, from you being there, kind of in the mix of it, that make this show, it just feels literally bigger than anything else in the genre? Well, what are some of the things that are done to make it look and feel that way?
Well, I think starting that, we shoot it inside the Coliseum in Macon. I mean, we have an entire arena at our disposal to do whatever we want. So we have the height. I mean, this season, not to give too much away, but we use every corner of that Coliseum, whether we fill it with dirt and we bring in a bull, or we have people jumping from things or flying on a motorcycle through things. I mean, we use every ounce of that Coliseum. And I think the other thing we do that was done out of necessity, but has really been a good thumbprint in our show, is we have tailgaters. We throw up a big screen in the outside, and we invite everyone in Macon to come out and watch. And it was really fun. The first year we did it, I don't think we knew what to expect. And then this year, man, the community showed up. I mean, there were like, and then you show up and you go out and there's just little kids, like high school kids going, like wanting to get on television and, you know, busting your balls. Like there were these girls that were just busting my balls the way my daughters would. They were like high school kids, and it's just really fun. It's really, really fun. And I think it adds to it. I think it's something that we did out of necessity because of the pandemic, and now we'll do for the rest of the run of the series.
Very, very cool. Yeah. Now, we did mention the celebrity judges. You've got almost the same panel as you did in season one. I want to ask you, and I want to hit them quickly one at a time. Working with these people, it's always an odd mix of people that you put together, but everyone kind of gels together so well. What surprised you about each of these people, you know, working up and close and personal with them? What's something that surprised you about them? We'll start with TPayne, newest judge this year.
Just how relatable he is. He is a very, very, for being as big a star and as big in the hip hop community as he is extremely approachable, extremely relatable. And he's almost like the working man's hip hop star, if that makes sense. Like he has a lot of interests. He's interested in video games. He's interested in his cars. He took me out and showed me his Jeep, and he showed me that him and his wife put it together themselves. And you're like, yeah. And they built it themselves. Like he's just a very, 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 I mean, you can get in and hang out with him. I mean, you can legit hang out with him for the whole night. And not everyone is that approachable. I am, and I think I really appreciate it in people.
Mm-hmm. Cool. How about Jennifer Nettles?
I mean, I could go on for hours. Jennifer Nettles, it's funny to think that she's a star. I mean, she is a star too. She just did a run on Broadway. She is a star. And then she'll tell you stuff like, in my hometown, we didn't have no fluoride in the water. So they'd have to come up, man, we'll give you a thing to gargle with. You got to swish it for 30 seconds. And then you couldn't eat nothing or drink nothing for 30 minutes. That's it. Do you know I had 2 baby teeth? I mean, Jennifer is just like, she is what you'd want every country star to be. And that is like, come from the South, be from the South, represent the South, and just I love Jennifer. I really love Jennifer. I mean, there's Jennifer's I adore her.
How about Cody Rhodes?
I'm not a fan. No,
Watch it now.
Cody's my best friend. Cody's my buddy. I mean, I spend most of my time with Cody. We had rooms across the hall from each other last year, and I spend just about every night with Cody, having a drink, having a cigar, talking about old school wrestling, talking about new wrestling, talking about business, talking about marketing. I mean, Cody is my buddy. Like, really, out of all the people, I'm really close. I'm genuinely very close with our showrunner Conrad and Cody. Those are the two guys. And TPayne. This year, I spent a great deal of time with TPayne and his wife.
Nice, very cool.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Rosario Dawson.
Rosario is, I mean, she is. First of all, she is the person I form all my opinions off of. Like, I will go, "Hey, Rosario, meritocracy, what's that mean to you?" And she'll be like, "All right, it's a dog whistle for," she'll give you, she knows everything when it comes to politics, socially. She is like got the best take on everything. So whenever I hear anything and I'm learning about something, "Hey, Rosario, critical race theory, what do I need to know?" I bounce everything off her. And she is so smart, so well read, so on top of everything that and I have to say this, and I hate saying this because I don't want to whittle all the great compliments I've said to her or to take away from anyone else, but she is so freaking beautiful. I mean, like, Rosario one time walked through a room, and I no lie, I went, "What the?" She caught me off guard. She was just in a green. She remembers it. She caught me so off guard. I forgot it was working. I was like, "What the fuck?" I mean, she is, and that, I'm sure she'd say the same thing about me.
Gorgeous, just gorgeous. Just going back to Cody a second, I gotta ask you now, you guys, you being a wrestling fan, we've seen Rosario on his All Elite Wrestling, also on TBS now. We've seen TPayne there. Last season we saw Snoop Dogg in the ring. When are you gonna head over there, man? It's your time.
Oh, first of all, I don't have a governor. Okay, so like, my problem would be, I'd go in there and I'd go full tilt and definitely hurt myself. I'd be like, "Wow, got a stinger and I pinched a nerve down my leg." I have no ability to reel in any physicality. As soon as I start getting physical, I go 0 to 100. It's why I got hurt doing my movie. Like, I can't go like 50%. And I think when celebrities get in there, they want you to go like, "Hey, we'll just roll you through it." I would go in, I would throw a punch and knock someone out, and then they'd come at me and be like, "Oh, so we're going like that?" And I'd be like, "Uh-oh." I'm up for it, though.
It's the kind of viral clip that both sides would benefit from, I think.
Yeah. Put me in against about what's his name? The pipe bomb
CM
episode.
Punk. CM Punk.
Put me in against CM Punk. You signed him, Cody.
You heard it here, man. There's a challenge out, and this is going to be hitting the internet really fast now.
I've got to be bigger than him. How he's not that big, right? I'm the size of The Rock.
Yeah, you may have a leverage advantage, if nothing else. Somehow.
Let me see if he can lift me up over his head. I'll be like Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan in Detroit. Just slam.
The slam heard around the world. Look, and I know you didn't want to give anything away as far as what we're still going to see this season. How about give us a little bit of a teaser, a hint on like an upcoming contestant on the show that really caught your eye, something that people are going to go nuts about?
Have you seen Anastasia Sin yet?
I'm not sure. I don't know, and I don't know when this is going to go up versus. I
me
don't
tell
want
you.
to.
Anastasia Sin. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
The woman prepared for her act by sitting in a hot bath for 3 hours.
Hmm.
And when she did her act, no, I don't think anyone spoke. We went like this. It is one of the most insane real things I've ever seen in my entire life, and I've seen a lot. I fought a bear twice, and I'm telling you right now, Anastasia Sin. Oh, I mean, Manu. We aired Manu last night. Manu is the Flying Frenchman. He jumps over bulls. I mean, I think, you know, that's an act that I've never seen up front, but I've seen bullfighting. I've seen bull riders. I've seen people work with bulls. Anastasia Sin blew my mind.
Awesome. Great stuff to look forward to. We're loving it each and every week. And Bert, we know that you are super busy, so we thank you for taking the time, man. It's great to catch up with you, and we're excited for the rest of the season.
Hey, thank you very much, man. It was appreciated. It was nice to have a long form conversation.
Yeah, definitely. Likewise. And thank you guys for checking it out, of course, here on Celebrity Stage Stories. We appreciate it. Thanks all.
Thank you,
Thanks,
brother.
Bert.